Hey Aries, how you doing, sweethearts? This is your February 2020 reading, your monthly reading. And please stay tuned to your weekly readings as well. Make sure you watch those. And we're going to get started. I've already been meditating on the cards. Of course, this is a general reading, so it won't resonate with everybody. But hopefully you can take something away from it. Don't forget to check your moon and rising signs. Also, if you've been here before, thank you for coming back. And for you who have not been here, I am Adam Keith, and this is Love, Light, and Joy Tarot. And so welcome. So if you do want an a reading, my email is in the description below, in the description box there, so you'll be able to find it, and I'll send you all the good stuff. All right, so let's get started, shall we? Oops, there we go. All right, so the first four are your recent past. The next four are going to be the present situation, which would be the month of February. And then we have obstacles or advice from tarot. Obstacles you may have to overcome, or advice from tarot, or the spirit world, rather. And there we go. And then this is the future. The last one is the future in about 3 months, but don't hold me to that because that's not exactly how spirit works, you know. It's not the way it goes, unfortunately. You know, we're the ones that work on a timeline. Spirit doesn't quite work that way. So your overall running energy is the Five of Swords here. So it could be could be battles hard won, conflicts, abuse of authority, or it could also be like sort of self-sabotage, you know? So let's see what the Indigo Angel card has to say for you as well. If you don't subscribe to Indigo, being an Indigo, don't worry, it's just really about the message. So, can I get a card for Aries for February 2020, please? And we have Believe in Yourself. All right, excuse me a second while I reach for my glasses, because it'll be easier because Papa needs glasses. All right, so there we go. Believe in yourself. I always read these because it's a little bit easier to get the whole description. When you receive this card, the angels want you to see yourself and your potential the way they do. They view you as an unlimited person with infinite potential. Right now, the most important thing you can do is realize this for yourself. Ask the angels to release any doubt or fear that you have about your life and your path. Those doubts are part of being an Indigo because you're strongly affected by negative energy. By believing in yourself, you're telling the angels that you wish to live up to your full potential in this life, and they will take immediate action to guide you accordingly. Lovely, 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 lovely. So, I am reading reverse cards, but only in this particular deck right now, the Klimt deck, because the universe wants me to learn, and I'm not ready yet to do all of it in reverse. So, bear with me. So, you do have the Fool here in your recent past. Like you were embarking already on a new journey, which is really a beautiful thing. And it looks like you're taking action with the Knight of Wands. Seems like you're still juggling things. But it looks like you maybe have been looking inward to figure out what direction to take. So this is actually good. I'm a little curious about the juggling part. Let's see what the juggling is all about. Oops, one of my cards is backwards. Let's see what the juggling was all about. Just one card, please. Okay, so there was imbalance. There was imbalance. This is the Temperance card upside down. There was imbalance. You were looking for some balance, which kind of makes sense because, I mean, it's the two of coins, and that's like always juggling something. Juggling career, juggling maybe people, things like that. And then you were looking inward. So what were you looking inward at? You were feeling restricted. 8 of Swords upright. You were feeling restricted about something. So which had maybe something to do with this 5 too, because this could have been sort of a self-sabotage. Because that 8 of Swords is sort of like, it's mostly in the mind. It's like the things that we doubt ourselves about, that we can't start, we can't do this, we're not good enough, we don't have the potential, blah, blah, blah. But it looks like you've already begun to embark on this journey, which is good. I still think you're kind of doubting yourself, which you really shouldn't. You're like the soul, looking inward is actually the best thing to do. And really remember, follow your heart, follow this. Now, in your present moment, you do have the 5 of Wands, which is, again, about conflict. This could be internal or external conflict. You do have the King of Chalices, so this is a very balanced person. This is either a person coming in to help you who is emotionally balanced, who's coming in to help nurture you, or maybe give you some information, maybe on advice for career, or maybe you have the heart too. This could also be you stepping up to that, because remember, we always want our emotions to be balanced. That's how we attract the things in life that we actually want, not the things we don't want. If you're living, in doubt, fear, regret, etc., that's exactly what you're going to keep attracting. So you do have the Four of Swords here, and the Four of Swords is about retreating, kind of taking a look at things. What's your next step? It could also be about healing from sickness, but it is about reflecting on things. It's also about being about meditative to see what your next direction is. It's very similar to the Hermit card. So I feel like you're still in this kind of zone. You do have the King of Sword here. Now, this could somebody be coming in with some information to help guide you, or this could be you finding the information, the truth, following your true heart, so to speak. So let's get some clarifiers for this, shall we? So let's see what the Wands is all about here. The Five of Wands. Why are we battling? There it is. Popped right out. All right, so we have the Knave of Pentacles. It has to do with finances. Maybe something... Maybe it's a start of something too. It's a start of something. It could be a start of finding something financial, or a new idea for a new business, or maybe you're starting in a new business or a new company. But this could also be again romantic. It could be somebody offering you now sort of a love offering, a small one, or it could be a young person as well. But you feel conflicted by it, which is interesting because you're kind of juggling here. So what exactly are you conflicted by? Let's get another card on that, shall we? Just one more card, please. Seven of Wands. You're really having to take a stand. Believe what you believe in yourself, perhaps. Believe, because the Seven of Wands is really defending yourself against people. And I'm feeling this is a little bit more outside conflict than internal conflict. And maybe maybe the conflict is from work, or maybe it's a business partner of something. You do have the King of Cups here, so let's see what the King of Cups is saying. Maybe there's a clarifier on the King of Cups. Let's see what he is all about. So things are moving forward. Everything's rushing forward. Information's coming in. Things are changing with this King of Cups here. And this could be you, again, trying to take the stand to take a stand for what you believe, whatever it is internally that you're trying to do. And it does seem, again, this could be romantic. I don't feel it's romantic in this sense, because the other cards are not really saying that, as far as I can tell. There is a heartbreak card here, so maybe. But I'm going to pull one more card for here. And I'm going to pull one of the bigger ones, one of the Starman tarot. Yeah, I want to see what's going forward. What exactly is going forward for you, you know? What is changing in your world? You've had to stand up for whatever it is. Okay, you got the Queen of Swords. So this is information. Information coming in. Could be truth and justice coming in as well. It's like the truth is maybe rushing in, and you're standing up for what you believe in. Let me get another card for here too. I'm trying to figure out if this is a love reading or if this is a career reading for you, because again, it's a general reading, and it can be, there it is. You got the whatever it is. You're still reflecting. You've got this card twice. This is the Four of Swords. You got it right here as well. And it wanted to pop up again. So whatever it is, you're really having to sort of reflect and think about the next move. Seriously. And I think it has a lot to do with the either information coming into you that you're going to have to sort of re-examine and sort of figure that out, or it's just following your truth of the matter. And I think that's really what it is, because following the truth in the matter, and when you do, things move quickly, because you're having to defend yourself here. Defend yourself against somebody or a group of people, something of that nature. And it has to do with either relationship or money, career. It could be something at work that maybe you're conflicting with people at work. So let's go and let's see if we can find clarify for this Four of Swords over here. See if we can give this any information. Yeah, and with this believe card, believe in yourself card, I really feel like this, you know, a lot of it was inner conflict, but with the standing up for yourself, I don't know, I feel like it's I still think it's part of it. It's like this is the believe in yourself here with the Seven of Wands is definitely believing what is true to you. And I think this is why the King and Queen of Swords both popped out. You know, I think that's how you're going to move forward. We got the Queen of Wands in reverse because you're not ready to take action yet. The Queen of Wands is all about taking action, about rushing in and getting things done. She knows what she wants. She does it. Boom, boom, boom. You're taking time out right now to really think about what you're doing. Trying to find the next direction, what it is. And it really is, it's right below the imbalanced temperance card and the Two of Coins here. So, you know, it's interesting how all this plays out. It really is. Let me get one more card for this. Let's see what you're still thinking about here. Let's see. All right, it says the Nine of Pentacles. So this is standing in your power. And when you stand in your power, you're then able to manifest the things you want, to move forward, to make this abundance happen. And I think that's what you're doing right now, is that you're kind of reflecting on it before you actually make a move. Because you need to be centered in your power, in your who you are. And that is really about the Nine of Pentacles, is being grounded and being like knowing what you want to do. And that's when you know that, that's when the Queen of Wands flips over to the other side. King of Swords came out again. I mean, this is, the King of Cups here, that's being emotionally grounded. And then also here is following the Queen of Swords is following your truth. Once you do that, I feel things are going to move forward for you, and then you'll be standing in your power. But right now, you're kind of thinking about it. You have the King of Swords here too. Let's see, get a little more info on this King of Swords. All right, we have the Hermit again. This is the second time you got the Hermit, and right below this column. So it really is about self-reflecting. And because it's over the King of Swords, it's about you having to follow your truth, okay? You really know the answer. The answer is deep in here within you. Whatever this has to be, whether this be a career move that you're thinking about, or a new business partnership, or if this is a romantic relationship or something of that nature, it is really knowing what you need to do. And the answers with all this reflecting and all this internal work is, you know the answer. Clear your mind of it, because I tell you the truth is that the mind can lie. The heart does not. So you need to follow this, what this truly is. Yeah, and then you get right here, the advice and things you have to overcome is the High Priestess. Follow your intuition. You've got the Hermit card twice, you've got the High Priestess, you've got the Four of Swords twice. It is really about looking inward and about following your intuition here. You've got the Seven of Coins here, and this is all about reevaluating. Which is what you're doing here. You're kind of reevaluating the entire situation, whatever this is for you. Again, whether it be career or business partners or, you know, romantic partners. You really are, examining the situation again. You're moving away to calmer waters, which is good because, again, you have this Five of Wands and this Five of Swords here and having to defend yourself. You are moving towards calmer waters. But it's a little bit of a struggle. The Nine of Wands is, battle-weary soldier. He keeps going, And don't keep going because you're almost there. This is a 9, and then the 10 is the completion of dropping the burdens. Now, it's interesting because in here, my dear Aries, in the future you have the Three of Swords, which is about heartbreak and disappointment, and followed by Justice, which is a balancing of the scales, looking for truth, looking for justice. Also, this is a card your actions have repercussions, so be very careful of that. All of your actions have repercussions. So if you're not balanced emotionally and you start living in low vibration, if you're dealing with somebody else, you could say things that you may not have wanted to say. You know, there is a point of actually living your truth and saying your truth, which is really with not to hurt somebody, but to truly what's in here. And then there's a point of like, you know, where you get that low vibration where you just want to attack somebody, and that's a whole different ballgame. So this is about looking for truth and justice. This is about the balancing of the scales, actions have repercussions. You have a 10 of Swords here. Now this is the completion card of this, but this is backstabbing. This is quite unhappiness. And I feel like this is in the present moment here that you are battling. Like you have this 5 of Swords here. This is like battle hard fought. And then again, you have the 7 of Wands, defending yourself again. So I feel like a lot of this, I think if you really concentrate on what it is, your truth, because it is telling you to look inside, reevaluate, move and think. I think you can avoid a lot of this heartbreak, or having to do that. Like your truth is saying, you know what, I need to get away from this person. That may cause you heartbreak, but it's the thing you have to do. You know, maybe you've been backstabbed too many times. The 10 of Swords here. We're gonna get some clarifiers on this. Can I get a clarifier on the 3 of Swords here? 3 of Swords, please. But the thing about the 3 of Swords too is that it is a card where you're starting to heal. You can see the sun starting to come up on this card, and which is a good thing. You know, we all go through heartbreak. Trust me, I'm going through it right now with my partner, and it's terrible. But unfortunately, things have to move on. So yeah, there's no kind of, this is an inner journey, financially, about also relationships. So we're not, there was no new beginning here. There was no new beginning here. I think you were wanting a new beginning, with this person, maybe with this particular job, maybe with a business partner, and it doesn't look like it's going to happen. It looks like you may have to move away. Again, remember, these are general readings, so if it doesn't really resonate with you, it's fine. That's why personal readings are very important. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's any beginning. It looks like you're going to follow your intuition. It looks like you may have to leave this person or situation behind, because you've got the 6 of Swords here. It's just basically telling you to reevaluate and move away. So then the Justice will be, maybe the scales will be balanced. Let's get one for the Justice here. One for the Justice, please. Can I have a card for the Justice? Yeah, implementing things. Once you do this, you're implementing things. You're making. There's no longer a crossroad. You're actually doing something, and maybe you're balancing then the scales here, which is actually a really good thing. Sort of taking the corrective action that you need to do to get out of a situation. Yeah, because you have the 4 of Wands, and that's great. That is celebrating milestones. It can be about weddings and engagements, but this is building foundations. This is celebrating milestones. So this is really good card. When you take the action, it's really going to present itself in a much better light. There may be somebody else coming along for you if this is a romantic situation, but it looks like things would get definitely better in that sense. So I know sometimes it's really hard to cut people out of our lives and do things like that, but if it truly is not working, then it needs to go. So let's see. Yeah, the 10 of Swords. Like I said, 10 of Swords is a fine finality. It's like done. You're moving on. See, this is the Stars card, and this is saying you're healing. It's time to heal. It's time to rejuvenate. It's like the universe says, we have your back. We've been through this, and now it's time to heal. 7 of Wands here. You're still kind of maybe on the defensive here about it. Let's see what this all has to do. What's going on here? It's like information's not coming, or you're holding on to information. You're not really talking to people. You're just maybe defending yourself, and maybe it's something you don't really want to talk about right now. You know, there's no information coming in or going out in and out of you. It's fun. You're just holding on. You're just like, I'm not willing to communicate with anybody because you're kind of healing, and maybe you have to defend yourself in that sense. Like, no, I'm not talking about it. No, not right now. You have the Four of Pentacles. Yeah, so it's about holding on. You're holding on to your emotions. You're not revealing yourself to people. You're not really talking about it. You're healing. You're healing in the future for here. But I do feel like this is better. I'm going to do a final outcome with the Starman deck. It does feel like you will be standing in your power eventually, and that's, you know, after you do all this sort of processing and thinking, and there goes a card. And it's a beautiful card too. Empress. After you like really think about it, now the Empress is planting new seeds, a manifestation. This is a beautiful card to have, and this is exactly where you should be after this time period. It's, you know, you're getting out of this sort of lack mentality, out of this idea of that, and you're moving on to better things to get out of this troubled time, which is exactly here at the Six of Wands. And then look, and then you have a victory. The Six of Wands is a victory. You have the Six of Cups. Now the Six of Cups could be that someone from the past comes back, or a situation from the past comes back. I'll get a clarifier on that. Or it could be also about children. And you've got the Hangman. Strangely enough, the Hangman never appears upside down. This is not a card that I read upside down, or reverse rather. And he is appearing upside down. That's really bizarre. I'm going to take that because that means your suspension is over. Like this holding period, which I feel is very like holding and very meditative, is over. It's now time to go forward. And it's funny that the Hangman turned reverse. I was like, okay. Yeah, so you're done. Like you're done in this stagnant time. You're planting new seeds of manifestation, getting out of this lack mentality, moving on, having victories. I'm going to just clarify the Six of Cups here. And the Six of Cups can feel just feeling content, you know, or maybe reminiscent about the past. So let's just get a card for that. Yeah, the Hierophant. It's following your soul. Following your journey to your soul. It could be had been a spiritual awakening. Balancing the scales, so to speak. Higher learning. Follow your intuition. It's all about that. And I really think that's a beautiful card for this. And then the Hangman reversed. Aries, I mean, it may be a tough month for you. It may be a really reflective month for you. And maybe a bit of heartache in the end. But really, what it comes down to, it is something that had to be done. Because in the coming future now is the Empress planting new seeds and all this beauty, all this victory and celebrating milestones and the moving on now, you know. I know the January has been kind of difficult for a lot of people. So this is really good. And just remember, do believe in yourself, okay, Aries? So again, if you do want a personal reading, my email's in the description box below. Do check for your weeklies as well. And I will talk to you later. All right, Aries? Take care. Ciao.